Okay, hello again everyone. Now you're watching f3.5-5.6 again, and this time I have a new little lens with me, which is the Nikkor 24 to 120mm f3.5 to 6 point something, let's see. Oh, I mean to 5.6. So this thing has my ND filter, my CPL filter on it. This is a huge lens at 72mm, so use like these huge filters. Then, as you can probably see, it has a fungi in it. Let's see. I don't know if you can see that, but it's like a ton of fungi in there. See, yeah, there you go. So I'm gonna go clean that stuff up. So how I'm gonna do it simple. I'm just gonna first take out the black plastic lens panel thingy. This has like this freak screw down here that it took like 6 hours to remove. So just beware about that. Then gonna take all the other screws out. And also try arranging them in order so you don't like lose any of these screws. Pry this thing out with a cutter. Highly not advised. Go just dang. I think I have to pry it a bit more than that. So with this being like an X-surface lens, the work you have to get into, the work you have to put in to get into this thing is guaranteed to be more than if you had like a virgin lens. So let me find my super small GRC screwdriver. Okay, I found two of these super small screwdrivers, and let me continue to pry this thing out. Dang it. There you go. I've lost my shiny pliers, tweezers, so I'm just gonna use this super black disgusting burnt tweezer. Then, so the thing you also wanna do is, because this is a Nikkor lens, oh yeah, also I lost the rubber thing on here, so I'm gonna put some tape on it. Not any tape, but this like carbon fiber tape, so it's gonna look cool. Then, so first things first, you have to like lock this thing in to f22. This is so that, I'm doing this without any blueprints at all. f22. So, and lock it. So in this way, it's gonna be way easier to tear the lens down, according to some people. This afternoon I like screwed up real bad by like getting this thing stuck and getting the aperture like unhooked and stuff like that. So just don't be like me and follow this video. Though I know this is like the first video on YouTube about this this specific lens teardown. So just slowly pry up this bit. I think that's what we're supposed to do. So just pry this black bit out. There you go. This black thing out. Then you have access to this thing, which is the flexible cable. And then you're supposed to take these 4 screws out. Zoom this thing back in. This, up to this point, is the same procedure you'll have to do with like 99% of the Nikkor line before like 2010 or something like that. But after this part is where everything is unknown, and I'm essentially going this thing blind because nobody else has gone before me. So sometimes it's nice being the first, but when repaying, oh yeah, I also got this thing for super cheap. So cost the dollars like 15,000 rupiah. So I got this thing for the equivalent of like $20. So this is like super cheap as heck. And to be honest, if I actually break this thing, I can like sell this thing for parts more than what I paid for it, but I still want to use it, so let's hope it comes out in one piece. Just push that connector out, and there you go. That bit's really easy to take to like freak up, so just don't do anything at all about it. Pull the whole aperture assembly out in one piece. Just keep it in one piece. Do not take it out like individually. And then set it aside. I'd say upside down, so that this thing won't like freak itself up. Then now you're up to here. So take this step adjustment ring thing. What else can you do? Now I'm going totally blind on this teardown, so this will be a long teardown, and don't blame me for that, cause this is essentially unknown. Okay, so I'd say this bit goes into this flexible cable stuck in there, so let's try removing the flex cable first. Actually no, I think that you can actually remove the lens barrel by the rubber on this thing looks old. Well, it should, because the owner said that he bought it in 2009, so this is old rubber. Listen to that sound. Oh shit, I broke the rubber. Okay, so I broke the rubber off. Go. I now have zero rubber on this thing. Dang it. I don't have rubber. Now what the heck is this thing? I'm inclined to know, so let me peel off this tape. This thing's probably been here for like, oh shit, for like a few years, I'd say. I think I'm not supposed to take any chance. Yeah, that's nothing. Okay, so I start. So do not rip off the rubber. Why the was wrong? Then see, how about take this? That's the focus key right there. Then this is the like out in thingy. So I'd say let's take these 3 screws out first, and let's see what happens when you do that. I'm hoping that the barrel just falls out immediately. Take these 3 screws. This one's super tight. Just try not to like strip these screws. Cause once you slip them, it's like game over for you. Okay. Try and figure that guy out. What the heck? Okay, that should be good enough for separation. Then Let's put this guy here. Take screw number 2 out. So I'm more used to tearing down phones and stuff, but I'm also okay in lenses, so just wait for a little while. This should come apart in my hands and come back together. If it does not come together, I'm gonna like state the failure in the start of the video, so I'm not gonna like make everybody else try and fail. So this is supposed to be off, so the zoom bit should come off. I think this bit's supposed to come off. No? I think the zoom link is supposed to come off at this bit. The focus gear is supposed to be dirty, and I'm gonna clean that thing up. Oh, so this thing, being dirty as it is slightly bothering my focus, so I'm also gonna be cleaning that part up. The thing is, what else am I gonna have to take out? It does seem like the focus is getting stiff, so should I take out that focus bit? What I want is for this bit to separate from the main lens, so this is like going up and down. Which is supposed to not do. I'd say that next step would be to cause this is linking this thing to the body, so I'd say let's try and take this gear off, like this gear right there. Let's focus on this thing. There you go. So there's like this gear right here that like focuses. So I'm gonna take that guy off. So for that you need like these two screws to come off. So so flash off. I'm gonna try taking these two off. Now I know it's gonna be hard as hell to like put the gear in place, but I'm gonna have to clean that gear anyways, because it's like really bothering me. So put this brass piece right there. That's where the motor should be, and this is, I mean, that's where the gear should be, and the gear's not coming out, so I can only assume that I have to take this gear out from the side. So this is what I'm gonna show you. So this gear is just falling down. I'm gonna pick it out from the side. Oh shit. There you go. I'm gonna have to re-grease that thing with probably automotive grease. Then now this should come out. No, it's not coming out still. Where's this thing actually connected to? I think that this actually this thing controls the diaphragm. So let's try taking this like rear group out. Every single group of these like elements in this lens are like super dirty, so I'm gonna have to take all of them out in this case. I'll push these next to the group of glass when I take this thing out. So next. There you go. And this rear group is coming off. There you go. And next you can see another spacer between these two things. So pull this thing up. And that's a lot of fungus right there. And there's also some fungus right here on the piece of this element. So that's a good find. Now I can clean this fungus up, but there is some. Okay, so the inside of this group is okay, but the outside's a bit fungus. I'm gonna clean this thing out after this. It's also gonna need cleaning. Then the front element is super dirty. So how am I gonna take this thing out? I mean, the rear elements. Let me go check this thing again. So too, I remember the rear elements are pretty much okay, and only the front, the most front element, the back piece of this element, and this element needs to be clean. So shit, the front of this part also needs to be clean. So that's pretty bad, I'd say. Bad, funky. Let's try taking these two out and see what they do. So just gonna this. This focus kit also needs like a ton of cleaning after this. So anyways, just take this thing out. There. I'm gonna strip this thing before it actually comes out, so not worth it. For this I need to like take this bit out. And for that I think I need a lens wrench. Problem is I don't have one, so gotta try scissors. First, I actually really want to take this flexible thing out, because without this flexible cable it's gonna be way more easy to like take bits out. Let's try taking that bracket on there, like that, the real golden bracket on there out, because I also want to clean that thing up. side came off. Side also came off. Now I can take that bit out. Now you see that black stuff right there, that's like the grease and like dirt of this crazy disgusting gear. So next I should try pulling this thing off. Still doesn't want to come off. What the heck's wrong with this lens? It is starting to get loose, but it's not coming off still. Now something seems like coming off, but I don't know what that something is. Now this I think is the part that actually indicates how many mil that thing is to the body. So I'm not gonna take that part out. Then I think this. It's like this little bracket on there, and I don't really know what that is for, so let me try taking that thing out. That's for the focus. That's the focus communicating thing. So the thing connects to the ribbon to this thing, and the in turn shows the body how many mil the lens is at. Now this is extremely wobbly right now, but I'm not sure what else I can take out. Now this is all grease, and I'm gonna have to re-grease the whole lens after this. Can I not just pull this element out? Let's see. I don't think so. There's more screws under this thing that I don't know where they are. So let's see. I think I have to try and take these two screws out. One is out. My hands are super oily after touching the crease. So second one, go. They're now coming out quite easily for some odd reason. Now this bit Rotates freely. Oh no, it doesn't. What the heck did that do then? It's like this metal plate that falls out, which I don't know where that thing came from. So what the heck is this thing? It's a better idea for you guys to not like take this dang thing out. I'm gonna have to line that thing and put that thing back in its hole. Got one. This is number 2. Now this bit actually wobbles a lot. Let's see if now this metal, this metal gray thing like wobbles a ton. And I think it's held on by something. I suspect this thing, this like metal communication type thing, but it probably isn't that thing. What is it? I'd say the focus assembly has something to do with the lens not just falling out. This thing has a rect zoom indicator right there, like look at that. Okay, let's focus. More focus. See? Look at those like crumpled wires on there. Okay, looks like you're watching an idiot trying to find out where the heck this lens can actually come out. But trust me, it's hard if you like doing it for the first time ever. Because all the other videos on YouTube are like about the 2nd gen one, not the 1st gen. Okay, you know what, I think I'm gonna go search for this answer and then come back when I have it. Hello again everyone. I'm now back and I've concluded that I can't really go anywhere. Anywhere further. So what I'm left to do is hopefully clean this like glob of fungus. Like, if we go focus on here, it's like this huge, don't know if you can actually see it, but there's like that, there you go, like a huge shiny bit of fungus. I want at least that to be clean, and also this element, because this is pretty fungus yet, see? It's like this fungus down there, see? So I really want that to be clean. And after that, I'm gonna get the wrench, which in my case will be either scissors or like a vernier caliper of some sort. I now have vinegar, dish soap, some Q-tips, tissue, and water. So I'm gonna go try the dish soap out first. So first things first, take one Q-tip out of this Q-tip housing thing. There you go. I'm gonna try water first. I'm gonna try it on the less risky element first. It's actually gonna be pretty fast. See? Let me try wiping it off with a Q-tip. I'm gonna get a tissue. Elements are near new. Let me go do a once over again on it. And it should be exactly like what it came out of the factory with. So that's shiny. That's good. No more fungus on that part. Now I'm gonna go clean the sides of it, so no grease, cause this is like full of grease, and I'm gonna have to like take the grease out of it, so no future fungus grows in there anymore. For the shop, you have to like press this thing on the side. There you go. Then wipe the glass for the last time. And there's still one bit of like residue on there, so try cleaning that thing. That's pretty clean. So one more wipe. Cool. Let's check with my other phone. That's really nice. Okay, so I'm gonna go off this last piece of glass, then proceed to the front part. The rear part is sort of okay, because it's like the outside part that meets the outside ear all the time, so I'm not really worried about this part. Next to come will be the disgusting center element thing. So in front of this thing right behind the aperture is like crazy ton of fungus, but this piece right here should be okay enough, let's say, for my photographic needs. So take the same Q-tip. I'm already using the Q-tip, so wipe it around this element. and that's like 99% gone. So on this element, I actually want to use some soap to like guarantee zero bacteria on it. I really don't want fungus to grow again. Some soap plus water on it. That's soap plus water. Let's just rinse this thing off. I'm just gonna go dry this soap and water combination. Then rinse it off with some slightly soap water. Then rinse that bit off with like water with near zero soap. That way I'll have a pretty shiny lens. There you go. Now the rear part's like totally shiny, but the part from that part's still like super disgusting. And if only I could like reach that front part, that'd be awesome. Actually, what if I try to like pry that part off? That might actually work. Wait, so cause I finished, I can so cause I've actually determined that I can actually clean fungus. Let's try taking this flexibility off. I'm gonna be using it as a manual lens anyway, so what the hell? Wait. C-clip of that thing's gone. So the C-clip that's over here. It's actually a C-clip of that thing. Just remember that, yeah. Let's just clip this. I will clip this C-clip so that it doesn't fall off by itself again. Then try to put this thing back onto this aperture. And that's on the floor, so I'm gonna go find it. Okay, I found it. So now I'm gonna try and take this bit off again. Seems like that's really impossible. That's so impossible. So these two are impossible to take out without slipping them. I got like a fingerprint on my rear element, so I'm just gonna wipe it off. You know what? I'm just gonna go take another tissue. There you go. So now you have like a semi-clean fungusy lens. Cool. It's like way clearer than I started with, but still not that clean. The only heavily fungusy part remaining is like the piece behind this glass piece and the front piece, and the piece behind this front piece. Now I'm gonna go piece this thing together. No, I'm gonna go wash these pieces off first before I actually put them in. Cause if you look at this is that focus gear thing, and this is like super disgusting. Like look at what happens if you like push this thing on it. It's like immediately black. So I'm just gonna go wash this thing off first. Then I'm gonna go put this thing back in. For the meantime, I'm gonna go stop the video. Okay, I've accidentally went on and like put this thing on. So what I've done while the camera's off is that I've like cleaned every single one of these. Clean this guy, this guy, this guy, and this guy. And also like the brass thing under this thing. And also like this whole lens screw. So next, all there is to do is just putting this thing back together. Then I'm gonna find a wrench, which in my case, hopefully, either a scissor or a finger caliper will work. If it doesn't, then I don't know how I'm gonna clean this front element bit. So what I'm gonna do next, if I still remember the steps, is that I've gotta put these things in. And I have to go into these bits right here. I think they're not aligned. Okay, now they are. So one in. Then the other two will follow with suit. So should go in there. Not for the last one. Just go right in there. Okay. Next, I'm gonna go discard this one and take another piece of tissue to like wrap around my screwdriver. And what I'm gonna do with this thing is essentially wipe off all the grease that's around this part. So just wrap this thing around the screwdriver tip, then just wipe this part right here, the lens, and then cut it in half. Use it as like a thinner piece than just now. So like go into these bits right here. Make sure don't cut any of those electronic communication bits. Last one. Very cool. Next, one of these two have to go in first, and I'm not sure which one. Let me go take my tweezers. I think the top bit's a bit larger than the small one, so I mean a bit more supposed to be there. So let's say this is how it goes in. Oh shit. Wait. So this has been in contact with the motor, so this is how it goes in. So I'll drop it in here into like this hole right here. Go. And I flipped it. Okay, so just take this thing back out again. Seems to be stuck in there. There you go. So what you want to do is just find a way to like put this thing inside there. Flip it again. Actually that's like perfect. Okay, so next thing to do is just align these screw holes. Let me go take my phone and a torch. Cool. Make sure you have like a magnetic screwdriver so that your job will be way easier. Then screw this thing in. Second screw. Okay. Tighten them like one side at a time. There you go. Next, put the motor in. I mean the gear in. And plus this AF lens has no motor because it's a type of like in body motor thing, so it's not supposed to have a motor in the lens, but it's like a system where the body actually has a motor in it. Okay, so next I'm gonna have to flip this thing, so I'm gonna hold it this way, flip it around, then push it into that hole right there from above. Once I'm in, then once you're in there, just hold this thing and zoom back in. That will hold your gear thing in. Then next thing you want to do is to take one of these wear patterns right there. So wait, wear patterns, where the heck is it? Can't really see. I'd say it's supposed to go in this way, so just gotta hope. Go in this way. Take these screws. Now once you know how to like take this thing apart, it's way easier to put this thing to get back together, because like that's why YouTube tutorials exist. So this is upside down. And so after you test these two, then you can make sure like whether or not the focus thing is correct. If you've got it correct, then it should not wiggle anywhere at all. and also should not make like any odd noises. That's completely normal. Okay, so next, the next thing you wanna do is you wanna, where's my, okay, there you go. That thing, how do you fasten this thing next? Gotta find a way to fasten this thing on. I think I forgot how. Okay, so this is something bad. I think you're supposed to like give way for this thing. So this may or may not fit in this hole. And it does. So what I think it is supposed to be is like this. So it loops around this way. There you go. That should be how it goes together. Then next thing you want to do is just put this thing in a way that the gear actually goes in there. Wait. Okay, I think that's right. So next thing I do is align this aperture, put this contact in. Wait, let me try zooming the lens out for a while. I mean zooming the lens in. So you actually have like more empty space in there for you to work. Then, holy shit, this with my water. So next, you want to put this thing into this part right here while pushing the, dang, it's stupid. So you want to push this bit. Why is this thing not cooperating at all? There you go. Next thing you wanna do is just pull this thing back in. Then find like this perfect balance. Just wiggle it around. In, should be able to push that thing in. So I don't see why I'm not able to do that. This thing's going up. What is getting pushed? Okay, my aperture's not working anymore. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna lift this bit, this lens ring. Then you wanna push this thing into here. Okay, now this thing's not going in. Something's wrong with this focusing pin. It's not going full down. New method. Okay, this is like back to what happened this afternoon. That's the spaces. There you go. Okay. So next thing you want to do is you wanna turn this torch off. Put this bit into here. There you go. Next you want to put this thing there. Now I hope the aperture actually works. Still lock it. and it still doesn't work. Okay. And now my zoom is stuck. Heck. Focus is also stuck, so something got jammed in there. Now it's free, so see what jammed it. What jammed my zoom? So it's something to do with the aperture. See? And you can only retract when you like pull this thing back in for it to go inside. Like so. Okay. It's something to do with the aperture. Let's get to the bottom of the issue. How many minutes is this already? It's like half an hour in this clip. So totally it's like 1 hour, I think. Heck. This lens is so hard because there's like zero documentation in the internet. And that's why I'm having such a hard time like putting this thing back together. Let's just pry this guy off. Next thing to do is to see if this actually works normally. It actually makes this clicking sound for some odd reason. Now this bit's not having it, so next thing I'll do is just pull this thing in, and now it's not even gonna go down. Now the aperture works. We can put this thing back together again. For what's hopefully the last time tonight. So, taking these 3 huge screws. Now see smooth. See, smooth. Focusing smooth. Testing still turns also. Rear elements totally clean. Aperture works. Time for me to put this thing back together again. And I'm gonna clean this front element tomorrow hopefully. So just push this thing back together again. There you go. Next, I can continue with screwing these things back together. So many dang mosquitoes now. Oh no, this was this like dang screw that didn't want to come out. Take it like from here, let's see. No, it's from here. Now if any of you can actually like give extra documentation on this lens, that would be highly appreciated because my lens is actually pretty good. Aside from like the obvious cosmetic issues and some fungus. And the cosmetic issues I don't mind, but the fungus is pretty bothering. Especially with that much fungus on it. So your element's now shiny. And the front element still like rubbish. This will not see the rubber piece anymore because the rubber is pretty much dead. See, it's like a piece of shit. So I'm gonna change this rubber out with this tip I've got to make it like carbon fiber. So just gonna change this thing out. I'm gonna keep this thing for in case like I sell it or something like that, but for the time being I'm gonna change it with carbon fiber. So how thick is this thing? Okay, so everyone, thank you for watching. Hopefully this helped you clean up the rear element only. If you found a way to like come in deeper into the lens, please tell me in the comments. Like and subscribe. A following video for the front element will come soon. Thank you and